Welcome to the Cole and Dre podcast. I'm Cole.
And this is Dre. What up, world? We back.
We're back, and we have a special guest with us today. We got Shabazz from Shabbazz Cosmetics. Y'all can check him out. We got weed up here. We got CBD. We got Delta 8. Delta 8 will have you hallucinate. Now, I guess he say you got to do it in moderation.
Right.
But when I did something, I don't know if we smoked it. I think we took it in a pill form.
I ain't fuck with the Delta.
But it didn't do me well. So you know what I mean? Maybe they didn't have the Shabbazz mix on it. But we're gonna let Shabazz talk about, all of his products or some of his products here. He is an herbalist, and he said very interesting off air about being what you call that?
An herbalist.
A herbalist. And once again, Dre know every goddamn thing as always. I don't know nothing about this shit, but he talking the talk with him, and he know Dr. CB, Dre do with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I'm just a third wheel here, but man, welcome to the show, man. Thank you for coming in, man.
Thank you very much.
All right, my man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
So let's get right into this, and so this is how we came in contact with you. I think you were at the office.
Yeah, I was at the office with somebody else doing some other business, and he introduced me to Rosie, and told her what I do, and she instantly just gravitated toward me. And we clicked, and then I met Al, and we clicked, and
now you're here.
I'm here. Here I am.
So check this out, man. What is this one right here? Because we're gonna start with this.
This is my what I call cancer killer.
Okay.
And it is a blend of organic and natural fluids that is designed to penetrate skin, blood, muscle, and bone barriers, so that it can get down to the cellular level. And in the cells, this formula is going to allow all of the other ingredients that's in it to reduce tumors and kill the cancer cells and leave the good cells intact, so that you won't have cancer. You can lower your diabetes or your glucose as far as the diabetes, or your A1C, and it will help you with pain.
Okay.
So those three.
I need a six-pack of that.
Yeah.
I need a six-pack of that.
So let me ask then, have you actually given this to someone that has cancer?
Yes.
And
so a few of my customers, one of my customers had cancer. She passed, but when I got to her, she was in the later phase.
Stage 4.
Yeah,
maybe.
but
Okay.
but the thing was, her quality was better.
Okay.
After I got to her, her quality was better. She was in a lot of pain. She couldn't sleep. She had anxiety. So not just the cancer killer, but I had some other stuff that I was giving to her, and she was a lot more calm before she transitioned.
Okay.
And so her family was appreciative of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doc, you got a bodyguard?
Do I have a bodyguard? The funny thing is, I used to be a bodyguard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that, but I'm just saying because
Shabazz kind of big dude, but
I'm just saying, but you talking this, this cancer stuff and this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with that. But I feel you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
110%. I love the holistic, natural stuff. I'm completely with you. But I know people that's been in that space, you know what I'm saying, got to be careful. So,
Now, what I do,
they don't want us to know about this.
What I do, though, I'm glad you said that, though, because when you say something like cancer killer or curing
Absolutely.
or healing, people, the flags go up for some people, right? Yeah. Because they're in the business of keeping people sick so that they can make money off of it.
Absolutely.
And so when you come in and say something like that, Sabi had the same issue. Another lady named Emma Dupree had the same issue. I have to tell people, when I make something for you, I cannot guarantee or say that it is going to do what I'm saying it's going to do, but based on the research and the herbs that I put in here, it's going to do what it's supposed to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So how did you get into this space, man? This is I'm gonna say, I want to say fairly new to this, because I do take my health a lot real serious. I'm real serious about my health and stuff I put in my body.
Yeah.
But now it's more so now than I did prior to before. How did you get into this space? What brought you to this herbalist?
Herbalist? Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm 50 years old.
Okay.
All right. I'm educated. I'm a programmer by profession.
Okay.
All right. But at 50 years old, that ain't the world for me anymore, right? It's for the young people. Now, I grew up around people who made and did this kind of stuff. Okay. I grew up around them, and I learned from them, and I always wanted to be this person.
Okay.
And so At some point, I got to the point where I said, "This is what I'm going to do," and so I started out making butters, candles, and oils, fragrance oils, and stuff like that. I was selling out on the street or whatever, and people started asking me about herbs. They started asking me about helping them get better, and so I said, "You know what? I got to start looking in that direction." And so I just honed in on the herbs, and that's where I am right now.
Okay. And when you say herbs, we're not talking about weed people. We're talking about all type of stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Matter of fact, we're going to go through like the products you have here, and I want you to kind of explain to us and our audience about everything that's on the table and what's the benefits of it.
Okay, so let me start with these big bags right here. So
hold on. Before you do that, let's talk about before you get to describe who these people these products are ideally for. What type of people? What type of body type? You know, the uses. Because I mean, people get kind of mixed. Oh, I don't need that. Why do I do that?
Yeah. So
hold on, and before I want you to keep that thought in mind because this is a question I don't want to forget. Based on some of the things you're saying, obviously you said results may vary. I guess you have that disclaimer.
Yes.
But we obviously know the money is not in the cure. It's in the sickness.
It's in the treatment.
Right?
It's in the treatment.
It's in the treatment.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it that you're trying to cure?
Well, I mean, you look at the black community, right? Yeah. And you look at us, man, and we are by default sick, compromised. Our immune system's compromised. We have high blood pressure, diabetes. We have hypertension. We got gout, all kind of acidic stuff going on in our bodies. And I love my people, right? And I want to see us. So I want to see us survive and thrive. Okay. So I've always been a helper. I've always been a person that want to be a part of a solution. I don't want to be the person that's just looking and seeing it. I want to be a part of the solution. Okay. So that's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do.
I love that answer.
And to touch on what he said, black people, it's the stuff we put in our bodies that has us the way we are. It's a real problem that we kind of ignore. I'm a big advocate for health. We got to be mindful of the stuff we put in, like the candies, the sugars, the salts, the stuff we think tastes so good. It's not always the best thing for us. So you know what I'm saying. If you really care about quality of life, get into some of this stuff, man.
Let me play quick devil's advocate and let him get into that. A lot of the things that most black people are putting into their body is not because they're not even conscious. It's because it's the most readily available.
Yeah, without question.
You take
and affordable.
And affordable,
yeah,
right?
Affordable is the biggest thing.
That's what I meant when
affordable,
I said
convenient. I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah.
So you take, a single mother out here trying to feed her 3 kids. Obviously, she's gonna look at a Popeye's special. She's gonna look at a Church's special. You take somebody that's a little bit more affluent. They're gonna be cooking organically. They're gonna be aware of these things. So let's just take a look. Like, obviously, you can buy all of this stuff, right? So, because you drain. But you take a look at, the single mothers out, a lot of them are not going to be able to afford this. So, and I give you a perfect example of something that's really saddening me right now. I have a very good friend of mine, and she's sick, and she says, I know what's wrong with me, but I can't afford to go to the doctor. I can't afford. I say, so you going to die?
Well,
I got to stay working because my family, I'm the only thing they got.
Well, she need to tap in with this because
I'm definitely going to tap in.
This is cheaper than going to the doctor.
Because she's running back and forth to Mexico right now.
So this is cheaper than going to the doctor.
I'm finna tap her in, but I just want
this is cheaper than going to the doctor.
Bring it out. So go ahead.
Let me say this. It's a myth that organic and natural stuff is out of price range of people on a lower income.
Okay.
Okay, that's a myth. You can, for one, the thing is being exposed to this type of stuff. Okay, a lot of us grew up trusting doctors, trusting the physicians. If they say something, it's law. It's scripture.
And they all work together.
And they all work together. But you have to understand that these people are in business to make money, and they make money through fear. They make money through miscommunication and misinformation and stuff like that. So you go, well, I can't afford this. I mean, look, herbs are better for you for 2 reasons. For one, the herbs is going to actually fix the problem, okay? Whereas the pharmaceuticals ain't gonna fix the problems. Then a lot of times, a lot of stuff you can grow yourself. You can grow the stuff. In fact, in your backyard, you might have yellow plants growing up out of your backyard right now. The dandelions. Dandelion, you try to kill it with the weed killer, it won't die. But the dandelion will lower your blood pressure. It will get fluid off your body. And if it can't die, when you put it in your body, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to help you. You can't Roundup can't even kill dandelions. So if you take the dandelion and you take it as a pill or you make it as a tea, man, you got the medicine in your backyard.
Agreed. I've heard a lot of these things before. Once again, I think people don't really understand like the whole herbal approach. Like these come from the earth. Like these are roots. These are plants. These are, things that were here for us to consume. But, pharmaceutical companies want to hide that lie. They don't want you to go in your backyard to take care of your cancer. They don't want you to go in your backyard to take care of your information. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So therefore, there's no money in this for big pharmaceutical companies.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why this has been hidden for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's coming to the forefront due to the pandemic. Like, 'cause during the pandemic, man, I probably consumed some of everything. You know what I'm saying? Edible, all type of stuff. I had it in my body just to, I didn't know what was coming. So I did, the research and what builds my immune system and attacked it that way. And throughout the whole entire COVID thing, I was cool.
I've been taking the treatments, and I don't even know what they call now. That is crazy, Dre.
That's cool.
Remember I told you, basically all they doing is you sit there and they get about 2 pints of your blood out. Mm-hmm. When it gets into the thing, it gets extremely red, and then they pump it back in you. But those treatments, hell, I'm spending about, I'm probably at $800 a month on them treatments. So the average person ain't gonna be able to get that.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, after I'm finished, that's crazy. What the hell is the name of this? I need my ass whooped. Mm-hmm. I have a burst of energy for about 2 weeks, like literally.
So you get the blood transfusion?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They just pumping the extra oxygen up, bitch, and I ain't doing that.
That's all.
Well,
that's all they really do.
I know something to that nature. I don't really know.
Yeah, they probably pumping some oxygen in there, and then
right.
the oxygen.
So, it's just you sit there in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
They bring your blood out. It comes up to this tube.
Mm-hmm.
When you see your blood come in there, it's kind of red, but then after it sits there, I guess they heating it up. It's extremely bright red.
I ain't doing that.
And then they just put it back in.
I ain't doing that.
So they put vitamins or basically another chemical into that, and then it goes into your body. So it's just like a drug. It's just another drug.
So you do drugs.
Yeah, and for the most part, I can tell you right now, it's not going to be organic. So it's gonna be a pharmaceutical thing that they're doing. So it's not organic. But let me tell you this, man. Even though I'm an herbalist, I tell everybody, if you have to go to the hospital, your life comes first. So if you need to go to the hospital to set the baseline, to get yourself right so that you can survive the processes of the herbs. If you deathly ill, you can't take the herbs right now. You need to go to the doctor first. You got to get yourself right so that now you can take the herbs, and the herbs is going to fix what your problem is.
Okay.
I tell everybody that. I'm not scared to tell you that. I don't like the pharmaceutical industry, but they have the tools so that they can find out what's wrong with you and kind of set you back so that you can get started on that.
They can identify the problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your question was, well, I want to say this other thing too. We should look at our grandparents and our great grandparents who came from the farms, who ate off the earth. Right, they lived 80s and 90s, and when they died, they weren't going through all kind of problems. They just died from old age, and And so us now, a lot of the stuff that we eat is not even food.
Right.
It's food-like stuff.
Right.
And so if we're not eating food, then we're not getting nutrients, and we feel full, but we're starving ourselves.
Yep.
Right. And so the cells are just oxidizing or basically dying, and if the cells die, you die. Basically, if the cells die, your organs start failing. Your organs start failing, you gone.
Yeah, I don't think people realize you pull up to McDonald's, that ain't fries you eating.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? People, they're even potato chips. A lot of that ain't really chips. It's like some kind of compote they put together, and
Yes.
You would be surprised at some of the things that people eat that are not what that really is.
That's right.
So I don't have a problem with eating, like my friends say, rabbit food. Because I know it's real.
So fries, the McDonald's fries ain't potatoes. No. You just told me some. I don't know.
A lot of spots.
So let me tell you this real quickly. We're gonna let Shabazz get into it.
Okay.
So Caraway, you know Caraway? Shout out to Caraway, man.
I feel like I know the name.
He
I know
from
some
the ward.
Caraways.
It's one of the homies. So he say he went to. He say him and his sister when they was kids went down to his grandmother's house, and on the farm, and his grandmother went out there and wrung the chicken neck, chopped it up, plucked it, and fried it and put it on the table. He say him and his sister sitting there crying. So what the hell wrong with y'all? So we don't eat them kind of chickens. We get them from the stove.
Nah, if I'm gonna eat a chicken, that's gonna be the one I eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what people fail to realize. Going to the store is, I'd rather kill it on the farm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And eat it like that.
He said he cried, he boo-hooed, him and his sister. He said his grandmother, so goddamn, I didn't kill my chicken. Y'all gonna eat this goddamn chicken.
You know, as humans, man, we the only pretty much mammal that eat dead food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, most animals don't eat dead food.
Yeah,
you put some in a tank with a snake got to kill. They ain't gonna eat no dead rat. They got to kill that rat.
That's right.
A lion the same way. Some animals will go up to a dead carcass and eat it, but most animals got to kill their prey. Got to kill their food.
A scavenger animal, a vulture, a pig, they'll eat it, but they're designed for that.
Yeah.
But other animals instinctively, even a puppy or a baby animal, won't eat something dead because they instinctively know that it's not good for them.
Right.
Which leads me to dairy products.
Okay.
All right. So dairy products, milk, yogurt, ice cream, anything that's got cow milk in it is absolutely poison to us, humans. All right. We're not supposed to have it in our bodies because, number one, it creates mucus.
Damn, I got some butter pecan in the freezer.
Okay, yeah. So the mucus. Now, naturally, we're supposed to have mucus in our body to help us push out stuff that we shouldn't have in our body. But when you have that horse hormone, the hormones from the cow into your body, it makes an excessive amount of mucus. And so now so basically your system is compromised now. So somebody come in here and they sneeze on you. Your system's already compromised. So you get sneezed on, you breathe that stuff in, that it rides that mucus to where it needs to go to in your body, and then it starts to eat you. It starts to fight, especially in your lungs. It'll go to your lungs because it's warm, it's wet down there. It gets there, it settles in, and it starts to eat you up from the inside.
Yep.
So that's what milk and dairy products will do for you. It's just no good. A lot of the times, people that come to me have those issues, and so I have to explain that to them. And they love that milk, they love that dairy products, and they go, "Well, I don't like soy milk, and I don't like oat milk, and all that kind of stuff." But you gotta train yourself to get used to that stuff.
I mean, and that's a good point because you gotta think about it, man. A cow not finna get breastfed by a human,
right?
So why are we? I mean, just think about that. Like a goat is not gonna get breastfed by a cow. Why are we drinking?
Exactly.
Cow's milk. Like when as a child, you're supposed to be breastfed.
Exactly.
So you know what I'm saying? Why are we consuming somebody else's milk?
So
y'all preach to me, man.
I'm just saying, my
ice cream tonight.
I mean, I love ice cream.
Damn ice cream.
I love ice cream, but I had to give it up once I.
So you don't eat ice cream no more?
No, I have not. No, I'm looking for a good vegan ice cream where I can complement that. They out there, I'm sure. But I mean,
do
for me,
taste like Bluebell.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't really tried it.
Or cookies and cream.
I haven't really tried. But see, that's the point though. So you rather taste or you rather die? Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta.
I ain't met nobody that beat death yet, so we're gonna talk about quality.
You haven't met
life.
nobody beat death, so that's what you gotta. So
what
would you prefer your quality life?
Everybody gonna die. I ain't met.
You know what I'm saying?
I told you if anybody wanted my vote, I don't care what they stand on. If they tell me anything about we gonna live forever, hell, I'm voting for them.
But see, that's the problem. Your response. That's the problem that we had. That black people had. That we. Man, I can't give it up. Okay. I'm just saying, but your first train of thought is like, damn, that's ice cream. I've been ice cream all my life. Duh. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Now, also, and I hate to tell this to you, big man, but white rice, white sugar, white bread is also bad for you. Mm-hmm. If it's white, I hate to say it like that, it ain't right. All right? If they call it enriched, homogenized, or whatever, it's just not right for you. Mm-hmm. It's going to a lot of times it's going to give you high blood pressure because it's going to have heavy metals in it. We'll talk about that later, I guess. But the heavy metals will give you high blood pressure, raise your cholesterol, have you in brain fog, to where you can't get up. It'll have you stuffy, and it's just all bad for you.
And another thing, like people think itis is like a thing you get full. You're supposed to have itis. No, that's your body shutting down on you because it's trying to digest all this bullshit you just put in yourself.
Exactly.
So itis is not what people think it is. Oh, I'm full. I'm tired. No, your body fucked up. But we don't want to, as we've been trained, like, no.
Exactly.
I tell you what, I'm glad we're in 2022.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking that he was saying white bread, white rice. Something it was white
sugar, white sugar.
I could just remember at one time I ain't like nothing but white women. I'd have been devastated that he said I had to leave them bitches alone. But we're gonna keep it pushing, man. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, but once again though, that's a conversation.
Long time ago, you know what I'm saying? Early 90s, you know what I mean?
These conversations need to be had more often, man. Like you know what I'm saying? I thank you for coming out, but these conversations, I'm very intrigued by them. I love the message, man. I love the progression as black people that we're making now when it comes to stuff we put in our body.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, man, diabetes is huge. High blood pressure is huge. Man, we are dying. We are killing ourselves in the black community based on the things we put in our body.
It's a world problem, though. Because
it's a world problem. But
I'm looking at the thing in Ukraine, and one of the things they were talking about on there is how many people, one of the biggest problems is people can't get their medicine. And probably half the people they interviewed were diabetics.
Right.
And I was like, damn.
But you know, and the crazy part about it, diabetes is developed by things you put into. Like, so if you mean to tell me if I can eat myself into a diabetic state, like that doesn't make sense to me. So therefore, I'm conscious about what I put in because I can develop this based on something I do, some choices that I made. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep, Dre. You're right.
So I want to say this also. You guys just keep hitting these points that just make me think about other stuff. Okay, so let's say you take these herbs and you live in good. You live in the way you're supposed to live as far as what you put into your body. The other side of that is stress. Okay, stress is a bigger killer like sugar. All right, it's a bigger killer, and when you have a lot of stress in your body, it releases cortisol. All right, cortisol in your body, and that cortisol goes into your blood, and it disturbs the way the blood's supposed to work. And so, when you have that continued amount of stress continuously going on, your body is shutting down. Even if you are eating right, drinking right, sleeping right, you ain't gonna sleep right anyway if you're under stress. But that stress is as equally damaging as sugar, white bread, and processed foods. So we have to also start practicing resting, accepting things sometimes, and it's a holistic thing. It's not just one thing that we got to do and this thing over here and we're going to be all right. No. But we got to have a holistic view on the way we are living.
Yep.
Okay.
So I got to, like people always say, didn't you say that Lamborghini you was talking about? That Aventador you want?
Yeah, but
right. So you're going to get that Aventador, right? So when you I'm
definitely going to get it, but so I found another investment vehicle, so I'm going to have to put that on the back burner.
But I'm saying, but that Aventador that you want, take a certain type of gas, right?
Yes.
The best, right?
Right.
So you're not going to put regular gas in your body in that Aventador, right?
No, I don't put it in my Escalade.
You're going to fuck it up, right?
I don't put it in my range.
Because you're going to fuck it up. Right, so you're going to fuck it up, right? So you're going to get the best gas for your cars, right?
Right.
So why are you going to get yourself the best gas?
I knew where you was going.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
I thought that shit was slick. It wasn't
slick, but I'm just saying, so you know. But that's what I'm saying. So this is not just for you, this is for everybody. We willing to put more stock in the things we put into our cars.
Yeah.
And make sure they run well, but you don't want to put that same stock into yourself to make sure you run well.
Right. It's like most of the people got car insurance that don't got life insurance.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
That's something.
That's absolutely true.
Let's go ahead and break these products
down. Let's get to that.
Right quick.
So, I mean, because this is one of the conversations I love, bro.
Yeah, we'll sit here. We can go deep. You got him all the way out. Yeah. He'll sit here for 2.5 hours.
Okay.
No question.
So let me tell you about this. I want to talk about CMOS. CMOS is one of my bigger sellers.
Okay.
And
it's very popular right now.
It's very popular, popularized by Dr. Sebi, and rest in peace, Dr. Sebi.
Yes, sir.
And what I tell people is, they ask me, do you do the raw CMOS? And I say, no, I don't do the raw CMOS. In fact, let me educate you a little bit on CMOS. So Dr. Sebi says that 102 minerals and vitamins goes into the CMOS blend. All right. Well, most people that sell in CMOS just sell CMOS. CMOS by itself doesn't do what people are buying it for. CMOS by itself is really for the thyroid, and the iodine that's in it is going to help regulate your hormones. But that's not why you buy it. Most people don't know that. But the other part of the sea moss blend is the bladder rack is the part that takes the mucus out of the body. Mm-hmm. And then you have goodness gracious, man. Then you have the burdock root. The burdock root, the sea moss, and the bladder rack together gives you that full dose that Dr. Sebi was talking about. So when somebody say they're selling you sea moss, you buying the sea moss and it's good, but you're not buying what Dr. Sebi was selling. The idea that Dr. Sebi was selling, where you're going to help you with your weight loss, where it's going to help you remove the mucus, lower your cholesterol, and all that stuff. You got to buy bladder rack, sea moss, and burdock root together. If you're not buying that, then you missing. All right. So I want to tell people that. Concoction. I want to tell people that you got to have all three of them together. So that's that. The other thing that I deal with a lot of older patients. I don't want to call them patients, but a lot of older clients, and they have high blood pressure, they have pains, they have aches, and so one of my biggest seller is DMSO, dimethyl sulfoxide. And what that does is dimethyl sulfoxide. DMSO. And so DMSO actually was used originally as a solvent that broke down wood. And so they use it in the wood industry to break it down or soften it up or whatever they used to do with it to process the wood. And so somehow the military got involved with it, and they started learning that you can use it for pain relief, and to cure ulcers in the stomach. Now, this DMSO that I use isn't the DMSO that was used in the beginning. That's an industrial DMSO. People still use industrial DMSO, but I don't use that because it's not regulated, and people use it for their horses, their dogs, and animals. I use a pharmaceutical grade, which is for humans, and it's highly regulated. And so when you take this DMSO, it's going to, and even the hospitals say that it cures ulcers in the stomach. So if you take this and you got ulcers, you got GERD, you got reflux, it'll cure that. It'll stop it. All right. When you go to, say somebody's getting an organ transplant or something, that fluid that they have that organ in, all right, that fluid is DMSO, and it preserves that organ so that it can remain viable when you put it into the body. Otherwise, it'll rot out like the meat that we got in the stores. And so the DMSO is I use DMSO in the cancer killer. I use DMSO in pain. I use DMSO for people that have any kind of pain. This is going to have my DMSO in it.
Is that a daily?
Yeah. So
or as needed. Like, how does that work?
So I tell people to use it in a pattern. So basically every day as a regimen. So if you have a pain, even if you don't have the pain, apply the DMSO.
Okay.
All right. And so eventually the DMSO, the medical people don't know, the herbalists don't know, nobody really knows how, but this is the one of the fewer things that they say cures certain things. And we can say that, everybody can say that the DMSO will actually cure something. Most medicines, you can't say that to, but DMSO is one that you can say it. And so I use it in a lot of my products, especially for pain. And my elder patients or elder customers, they love my DMSO. They'll call me when they're getting low. They say, hey, I've got about a week left. Bring me some more.
How do you consume that?
So you got three different kinds. So you got the roll-on kind that you can just roll it on. You got the cream kind, the topical. Both of these are topical, but you can rub it on as a cream, and it has moisturizer in it. This one is not going to have moisturizer in it, so this is for more people that's more intense pain, right? If you got a broke leg or something, then you're going to want this one. If you got a chronic pain or an acute pain rather, so like you stump your toe and your toe is swollen, then you're going to want to try this one right here. This one I added into my drinks. So this is going to be an internal one. I added into my drinks. And I don't just make cancer killer with DMS. So I use other drinks that I'll make. but the DMSO is the powerhouse.
And that's not MD 2020 down there. That's really like some good stuff you can drink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Looking like a bottle of MD down there.
It do look like a
just
bottle
in case
of
my viewers
MD.
get confused. There ain't no MD down there.
So
Yeah, wino watching the show.
Yeah.
Go and get me some of that.
look like that orange Mad Dog.
Yes, sir.
But then so a lot of my customers deal with pain, and some of them they've heard about CBD, they've heard about marijuana, of course, and they go, well, I need something for pain, but I don't want to be high, and so
Ain't nothing wrong with being high, Doc.
Ain't nothing wrong with being high, and so and the thing about us black people is we'll take marijuana. Marijuana is a medicine before it's anything else. It's
Absolutely.
a medicine, and so
He like that. Go ahead.
we use it for recreational purposes, but it's a medicine. And so when you hear about CBD, people say, well, if it don't get you high, I don't want it, or it's not working. But marijuana, CBD, Delta 8, Delta 10, THCO, all of that is hemp or cannabis, and it's medicine. But my patients, the older ones, don't want to be high, so I'll give them CBD, different types. I'll give them an indica or sativa or indica or a hybrid, depending on what they got going on, and they love that. Sometimes they'll smoke it. Sometimes most of them want the oil.
Okay.
So I'll convert this dry stuff into an oil. They'll take the oil. It's quiet, and by quiet I mean that you can't smell it. People don't know that you got it.
Right.
And then you take it, and then you just relaxing. You go to sleep. You have no pain, no insomnia, and for the most part, it'll help with your heart, blood pressure, and cholesterol.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can't miss with the CBD.
See, I've used the CBD patches and the THC patches, like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and that's some
Yeah.
good sleep. Like, that's some good rest.
Yeah. Now, for the people who want to have the effect of marijuana, and because it's illegal in Texas, for those people who want the medicine but they also want the high, then I have THCO, THC acetate. Did I get that right? THC acetate and Delta 8. Now, Delta 8 is a potent cannabis. Okay, and the more you smoke it, you get to the point to where you have visual hallucinations.
Yep.
You will have you can't OD on it, but it will give you hallucinations. You will hear stuff and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it did it to me.
Now-
See, I haven't tried the Delta yet. I'm a little skeptical
I
about that.
thought I was taking something for my knee pain, and the dude in the store told me to take that. And I said, shit, I never take that again.
Yeah.
Probably
So
took too much of it, though.
high,
He didn't tell you how much to take of it?
hallucinating.
Well-
I might have took too much, but whatever it is, I know I didn't like the feeling.
Well,
so it was a wrap.
See, and it's good that you say that. So when you come to these head shops or whatever, a lot of times, I'm not accusing all these industries or
Speak your
companies.
piece, Doc. We
but
can say what we want
a
to
lot
say.
of these motherfuckers be putting other shit in there.
Oh, I believe
All
you.
right, and you go in there thinking that it's gonna do this, but it's gonna also do this to you right here a lot, so you can come back. Because most of the people that take it, what you took, they want that high.
Right.
They want that effect. And
Damn, fool.
so you kind of miss the medicine part because you want that effect. You think the effect is medicine, but it's not. It's just a thing to kind of get you fucked
Right.
up. Now, the THCO is actually 3 times stronger than marijuana. And I mean, Reggie and Dro, the THCO or THC acetate is 3 times stronger than the marijuana. So when the younger people, and it's strong. And so when the younger people smoke that,
Smell that, Dre.
No, I can smell it right here. I'm good.
Oh,
So-
you already smell it? You can smell
so
it right
when they smoke this, they are going to be just like if you took one of these smokes, it will probably you need about 3 or 4 of these Delta 8 smokes to equal one of these THC acetate. So this is some really strong stuff. And some people say, well, I'd like you to sell me the flower. You're going to break it down to trim anyway. So, and it's the exact same thing as the flower. So when you get it and you smoke it, night-night.
Right, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I've smoked a CBD joint before. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely night.
yeah. So,
It just relaxes you to the point where it's just a relaxing state. Like, you know what I'm saying? It works for pain.
I hope.
Especially after hard workouts.
Yeah. And so I'm hoping that Texas will eventually legalize marijuana.
Well, they do have it now where you can get the medical marijuana cards and you can get prescribed marijuana, but I don't think it's actually flower. I think it's droplets, I believe, what it is.
Yeah.
But you can definitely have a medical marijuana card.
So I'm glad you said that. So let me say this for people that don't really understand about marijuana. So a lot of times these people get this marijuana and they say, I want some dro. If it ain't dro, I don't want it. I don't want no Reggie. But people don't understand that dro is hydroponically grown marijuana. All right. And it has chemicals in it to make it as potent as it is.
Yeah, only coming from dispensary you get the organic marijuana.
Yeah,
but
so
what you buy it on the streets is definitely more.
Yeah. So
plugging his dispensary. Go ahead.
Yeah. So so when you get this stuff right here, this is the original, natural, organic stuff, and it is going to do what it's supposed to do.
That's why I smell weedy right now, like herby. Yeah.
And so I'm going to leave this with you guys too, by the way.
Wow.
So you guys can have this and split it and do what you guys want to do with it.
Okay.
So I would suggest that you smoke it. When you're at home and you chill, you're not going nowhere.
Okay.
And put your feet up.
So you know what? I'm gonna try.
I mean, like I said, I understand what it does. Like I said, for that good rest when on them days when it's raining out, you want to go to sleep. That's one of them ones. You take.
That's probably have to try it early because hell, I got to get up early.
But we can't forget.
What are you gonna wake up on? It's gonna relax you.
Okay. But we can't forget it's medicine.
Yeah.
So when you take it, you taking it because you have you just need to, like you said, you just need to relax. You need to calm down because that stress is a killer. So it removes that cortisol from your body, gets you in a state of calm. You peaceful. It's better than an antidepressant or anti-anxiety pill, Zoloft or sertraline or whatever this is going to take. This is going to be this is it.
Well, see, I watch other podcasts and I watch a lot of athletes talk about marijuana use now and like when they played, how did they weren't able to use when they still that they still use, but they all talk about weeding themselves off the pills that were ready and available in locker rooms and stuff like that, and they talk about cannabis use and how it helps them way better the feeling that they get from cannabis use versus popping all these pills or whatever. So we behind on the medical use of cannabis. Like we're so behind. Cannabis hasn't gotten the stigma of being just a recreational drug, a fun drug, whatever. But it's really one of the best medicines we can have.
So, my cancer patients, right? Like the stage 4 sister who transitioned. I don't know if you guys ever heard of what's called RSO or Rick something oil. It's a guy in California. He created this cannabis oil that people with stage 4 cancer, when they take it, it cures their cancer. And they tan his ass out the frame to keep him from making this stuff, right? But cannabis will I'll say this confidently, cannabis will cure cancer. But it has to be processed in the right way.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you're just smoking it, you don't expect it to do anything. You're gonna need some cinnamon. You're gonna need some other stuff to go into that, and it's got to be in an oil form. You take it, you're gonna be high as a kite. But if you keep taking it and then you alkaline your body, because cancer is two things. It is an acidic germ that will turn your body into battery acid, and then it feeds off of sugar. All right. And the thing about us is we are addicted to sugar.
What?
More than we are addicted to anything else. We're addicted to sugar.
Because it's in everything we eat.
It's in everything we eat.
Everything. It's in everything.
Not only that, man, we have 56 different names for sugar. 56 different names for sugar. So when somebody says sugar free, and then you keep reading, that's another name for sugar down there, right? So when they say sugar free,
even in them diet sodas you drink,
maples, all kinds of things.
I thought I was doing myself a service going from Cokes to Diet Coke.
Big disservice. You rather had a Coke.
Yeah, the Coke is better.
Yeah,
I mean, if that's what you're gonna drink, Coke is better.
It's better.
But glad you said that. Soda is bad for you too.
Oh, very bad.
I mean, like soda will give you ED.
Now that's the shit that'll make me stop.
Yeah. I mean, like for real.
Nobody ever said nothing. Baby, want to put it down.
Soda.
But now if you saying it gonna cause this motherfucker not to stand up,
man,
that's a problem.
Hey, but sugar period though.
Yeah.
Sugar period though.
Yeah. So it ain't no joke. But man, look, man, we in a food industry. We have a food industry that is owned by a few corporations.
Yep.
All right, and they are basically a conglomerate split up into subsidiaries, and they are creating food-like stuff that smells good, tastes good, looks good, but it ain't good.
Yep.
And so, man, we eating that stuff, man.
Because as a corporation, it's about making money. It ain't about our
money.
They care more about making dollars than they care about the quality of life. So
That's
if
right.
the more dollars I can make at the end of my physical year to say, hey, we doing the right thing.
That's
You
right.
know, we don't care about who's dying in the neighborhood based on these shot up chickens, these stuffed pigs we putting out there.
Yeah.
So
We gotta be. We need to embrace more herbs into our body. More herbs, more natural, more organic stuff in our bodies.
Do you? Okay, so it seems like most stuff you told about today focuses on pain. So my thing is, I know flushing your system out, cleansing is big. That a lot of people don't do.
Yeah.
What do you recommend for that? Or do you have any recommendations for that?
Yeah. So when it comes to so every 6 months, we should be every 180 days we should do a body cleanse.
Okay.
And so there are a whole lot of different herbs, but detox is such a vague general word that we don't understand that. We got blood detox, you got organ detox, you got all kinds of different detoxes. In this case, and what I think you're asking is we need a full body detox.
Absolutely.
All right. And so every 6 months we need to do that. Now we got different types of herbs that do that. Cascara sangra is one of the bigger ones that will help you push bowel movement out, a solid waste out of your body. Help you. It's a diuretic to help you urinate and push it out that way. Help you sweat so that it can come out that way. Even in your ears, it comes out of your ears. The toxins will come out. So every 6 months, I have over 200 different herbs. All right. A quarter of those herbs are designed for detox. All right, so I can just name just a whole bunch of different stuff, but just to say that every 180 days you should be detoxing, and that detox should last you at least 7 days. I'll make a detox drink that all you do is just drink the liquid. You don't do nothing. You don't eat no solid food, no alcohol, no cigarettes. None of that other stuff we was talking about earlier.
Can I still smoke weed?
Huh? You still smoke weed?
My boy.
Okay, so you still smoke weed, but this detox is a 7 day, or some people do for 10 days.
Right.
And so you take that and you flush your system out, and basically you restart it. And so when you start eating again, you start with vegetable broth or chicken broth, and then you work your way into the more solid foods. But then after that, you'll notice that you better because your fingernails will start turning white.
Yep.
Your fingernails your eyes start turning white. Your toenails stop being black and stuff like that. Even your skin will start to get the luster back.
Get that glow.
Yeah, get that glow back. When you've been to, I hate to bring this up, but when you've been to the penitentiary, you see these guys. They've been restricted from what they can put into their bodies, and when they get out, they be looking all clean and fresh and brand new again.
Weight loss.
Yeah,
all that.
and so that's what the detox will do for you.
Yeah, no, I came.
Yeah, I'm
home
still looking
with
like I came out
180.
of prison. You know what I'm talking
I
about?
came home with 180. I'm 235.
Yeah,
3 years later,
yeah.
bro.
I came home at 170. I'm 178 right now.
Well,
173.
Nobody asked you that shit.
I'm
I was
just
just
saying.
talking about what.
how much you weigh?
178 right now.
Shit, I wish I weighed 178.
But before I went to prison, I weighed 227.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
Dre? You was that big?
Yeah, but I wasn't healthy. Like I felt healthy, but I wasn't healthy. I
Yeah,
knew it.
yeah.
Cause like coming home and like
Damn, Dre, I don't. You was that
just
big.
when I turned the switch on, like to not eat certain things, like I can just see the difference now. Like,
Yeah.
I feel different now.
Yeah.
Like now I gave up seafood. I don't eat any shellfish, any bottom feeder fish. I don't eat any of that stuff, and I feel like my knees. I'm telling you, I feel so much better just by that little. I don't eat no lobster, none of that. And that little switch just got me feeling way better.
If we turn off the sodas and the fruit juices.
Yep.
When I say fruit juices, a lot of people go just only buy this Tampico or whatever, this kind of all kind of shit. And then if you look at the back, it'll say 2% fruit juice on it. That ain't nothing but sugar on top of sugar on top of sugar. And so basically, it's carcinogenic, it's cancerous. And so if we just cut that out, if we cut it out in a week, we'll start noticing that we're getting up earlier. That when we get up, we won't be doing all this crap because we got a mucus in our body. We got more energy, and we sleep on time. Our rhythm gets back into play just from getting rid of that shit. So if we did that, we'd be better off.
And when you're going hard, it's that natural hard. Like that natural.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about.
No, what that mean?
No, I'm talking about.
That's that flow. That's that flow.
So you feel like your sex life is better now
Hell
prior to when
yeah.
you left?
Hell
What's the
yeah.
difference? Like what's
Just more juice. I'm energized.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Yeah. So you hitting longer now?
Yeah, I'm doing push-ups and that thing, all type of stuff. You know, it's facts. It's facts.
Work, Dre.
Yeah.
Facts.
Work, Dre.
Now,
You know what I'm saying?
now for us men, regarding erectile dysfunction, a lot of the food that so-called food that we're eating has a lot of estrogen in it. All right, and so we have food that we all have estrogen, but this food has so much different foods got so much estrogen that we overdose on estrogen, and we get man tits, we get soft dick, or weak ejaculate, where we don't ejaculate enough to make a baby, or we can't keep it up. All right, and so we need more testosterone in what we in our diet, and so I use a lot of maca.
Maca?
Yeah, maca, M-A-C-A.
Maca root.
Yeah, and that maca root is going to increase that testosterone naturally. It's going to give you the energy. It's going to give you. It's going to help you with your blood. Anything to help you with your blood is going to help you with your ED.
Absolutely.
So I go with that all the
Keep
time.
you out them
You
gas
got some of
station
that up
pills.
here?
Huh?
Which I'm pretty good on that part. I can't
Keep you out them gas
I can
station
honestly-
pills and that Viagra.
Oh yeah, I'm all right there, but it's like I can honestly say I ain't going as long as I once did. I used to shoot way across the room.
Yeah.
Now I'm shooting right up on my foot. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, I used to take off like the gate's been open. Now it's like, God damn, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going no. So that's a weak ejaculation.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what? There was this.
That pump ain't got no pressure.
Yeah, man, the pressure down on there. So I got to check that.
Yeah.
So they said they did this study. I'm trying to think of where did I see it. I know I was watching something. They were saying that the men in their 30s and 40s now, basically men in their 60s and 70s 40 years ago, had twice as much of a sperm count as we do that men in their 20s have right now. And that's exactly what they said. It's due to the food that has all this estrogen
Yes,
in it.
yeah.
And so I thought, matter of fact, it wasn't 30s and 40s. They were saying men in their 20s and 30s, and they said it's kind of, they were basically insinuating that it was more population control.
Yeah.
Is what they were, what they were kind of insinuating.
You remember when we was growing up, we heard of saltpeter, a saltpeter, whatever, right? But I don't know about saltpeter, but all of this stuff that we haven't, that we getting, the estrogen, some of the food coloring, all that stuff is by design to, and there are people. Look, if we can understand that 9/11 was an inside job, I hate to bring that up, but if 9/11 was an inside job, then that means that this country is capable of doing all kind of shit.
Of course.
All right, and so there are some groups that target people to minimize their reproductive progress. And so us men on this panel right now, we are the most virile, strongest people on the planet.
Word.
All right? And so people will feed us, market to us shit that will make us weak, will make us where we can't reproduce, where we don't even see ourselves as virile, where we don't even feel strong. We want to be feminine.
That's why they had Michael Jordan in those McDonald's commercials. So we can be like, that's cool. We can eat McDonald's and stuff like that. Shit ain't cool.
Yeah, so no, leave that McDonald's and shit alone, man. Leave it alone. It ain't no good. Now,
you ever seen an old French fry in your car? You wasted a French fry in your car and you see how that motherfucker look, it just be hard, but it look the same. Yep. You ever thought about that?
It don't.
So imagine putting that shit in your body.
Yeah. So
because your body don't break all that shit down, it kind of gets stuck in there somewhere, and that's what you get to. The round, mound, and rebound, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
you just hit on another good point.
Yeah.
Regarding.
Damn, nigga, you could have did this shit.
Yeah. He could have did this show. He could have did this show. But the thing is,
he ain't Shabazz. I'm messing with you.
If it's not organic, the body is designed to work at an optimum level. Mm-hmm. All right. And so if you put something in your body that's inorganic, then the body will try to do things to break it down to basic compounds. If it can't do that, then it's going to surround it with fat, all right, and it's going to store it somewhere, all right. And so when it's stored somewhere, after a while, the liver goes, "Hey man, you need to get rid of this shit, bro." And the liver says, "If you can't get rid of it, then what we're going to do is we're going to nuke it, all right." Cancer is nuclear to the body, and so you have, Remember when we was growing up, girls didn't have big old booties like they got now, big old titties like they got now. Boys didn't have mustaches at 11 and 12 years old, shit like that, right? I mean, we didn't have that kind of stuff, but now all of this stuff in that's in the food or food-like stuff is creating these hybrid people, man. Where
because these girls is 12. My daughter 13, man, and she got some grown-looking women. Yeah. In her class, like,
but that's because they got to preserve these foods they on the shelf. They got to put them in there to preserve them to make them last longer. So they every day at the HEB probably they take the food off the shelf, put it in the back, do some shit to it, repackage, and put it back out there to keep it on shelf life.
And then
food dyes, all type of stuff. Like and that's a fact, bro.
And then when
meat don't look like that.
When HEB gets tired of it, then they send it to Joe V.
Yeah,
because Joe V is HEB. It's the lower end of Joe V.
Yeah.
And so. Man, we have to take the time to, like you said about the gas. We got to take the time to educate ourselves, because if we don't educate, ignorance is expensive. Ignorance is expensive. Ignorance will get you killed.
I like that one.
And so, if you don't educate yourself and learn how to save yourself, they ain't gonna save you.
I eat beets now, by the way. Beets are really good for you. I eat beets now.
Yeah,
I eat beets, yo. I just started. Let me try some beets now, and they don't taste bad. They earthy, but they don't taste bad.
My wife.
They do a lot though.
My wife actually introduced me to beets, and she liked pickled beets, and I was like, I don't like that shit. That shit's disgusting. But when I started juicing, she bought me a juicer. When I started juicing, I was like, man, I drink the shit out of. I drink so much beet juice that my urine is red, and I know what that means. That means that the liver says, okay, I accept that, push that through, take all the toxins, put it in the urine, and shoot it on out. So I know that it's working. Turmeric or however you want to say it, beets, garlic, and carrots. If you juice those four things together, you got yourself what's called superfood powerhouse. All right, a superfood powerhouse means that it will go from the rooter to the tutor, from the top to the bottom, and clean you out.
Say that again. Turmeric,
garlic, ginger, and beets.
Okay. Even say ginger first, I think. That's why I kept.
Okay. So here's the thing. So ginger is a hot. Okay, is either hot, like neutral, or cold. Ginger is a hot. So you want the ginger, and then you want the turmeric. Turmeric is a neutral. Beets is also a neutral, and then carrot. So carrot is a cool. So you put a hot, a neutral, and another neutral, and a cool together, then your body is going to be balanced. All right, so if you got all hot, so if you just take a ginger by itself, then it's gonna just make your digestive system shake, and it's gonna push out stuff. But you want more than that. It's like putting one good tire on a car, and then it's gonna run down. Right. So you want to be able to get that balance. So you get those four together. You drink those every day, and you don't have to drink a lot, but just drink a cup full every day, bruh. It's gonna clean you out. It's gonna air you out, and it's gonna make you more resistant to disease.
I'm starting tonight. Seriously, no
garlic,
bullshit.
ginger, beets,
carrots. Yeah,
real garlic, real ginger, real turmeric.
I go to the Asian store.
So you juicing them?
Yeah, I go to the Asian store. You can buy at the Asian store. You can buy 10 pounds of ginger, shave it, right, stick it in your juicer, and keep it separate from everything else. Take the carrots, shave it, juice it, put it in something separate. The others, the garlic, you want to get it unpeeled already, where it's just unpeeled. You juice them. I promise you. Now, the garlic is so strong that you don't want a whole lot of it. So you got to find the right balance.
It comes out through your pores. Yeah.
But eating garlic is good for you, though.
Yeah, man. Garlic is an immune system powerhouse, right? So if you eat garlic will. That's why vampires are bloodsuckers.
I'm about to say, and it kill vampires.
Yeah. That's why vampires bloodsuckers will avoid it. But you take the garlic, you take the ginger, and the other ones, and you keep them separate. And then when you get ready to drink them, you put a little bit of the hottest one, and more of the cool, and an equal amount of the neutrals together. Stir it up, cold, knock it back. The best thing ever.
I think I'm gonna fuck it up a few times because I'm probably gonna put them out.
Yeah, it's a learning process.
And I'm sure it tastes like shit, but I mean,
No.
It don't. What it tastes like. So you get more of the carrot taste.
So it depends on how you do it. You will learn.
What else you cutting it with?
No. That's
it's one of the things you want to swallow and just not
don't put no
it.
water. Don't put no water into it. You just do that. If anything, you put a little lemon into it, and you make yourself a lemonade. But it needs to be a lemon, not the lemon juice that you get in the jars and stuff like that. You want the lemon, squeeze the lemon in there, and then it'll cut some of that earthy taste down. It'll give it some zing, make it taste like a lemonade. You knock it back, you good to go. Good to go.
Okay.
I'm going to
get some holistic game today, y'all. So what's really happened for me today is I feel real bad. I've been eating really bad, and the brother Shabazz and my brother Dre over here, and just kind of hitting me and letting me know, I need to get my shit together. So
treat that body like that Aventador, man.
Well, you can drink some of this. You're gonna be all right. Drink a little bit of that. You'll be all right.
I'm gonna kill it right now.
Man, don't do that. Don't do that.
The taste gonna be bad.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
I wish I had some cups out so you can taste it, man. But it's I promise you, it's really good.
But once again, you gotta stop consuming for taste. Because once I learned that, because I've drank some shit that tastes like probably dirt, but the energy boost I got, I mean, it just yeah.
I tell you, I've been motivated. Two things he said, and of course, y'all been watching the show. Y'all know I'm a little thrown off, but it's two things that happened today. He said that Diet Cokes can cause ED. That's a problem. And then the other thing was, as I said, I used to be like a racehorse just coming out of the thing. My nut used to just shoot across the room. Now it's just getting a splash.
Yeah.
So I kind of often wondered about, like, I'm serious. I did.
I was over straight face on that, but you're right. No, you're right.
I was about that, man. And I'm like, I said I'm finna go. I said on my next checkup, I gotta ask about that. You know what I mean? Plus, I watch porn too. And I be like, why they shooting like that and I'm not no more? What's that?
Yeah. So
let me
No. Actually, man, y'all hitting good points, bro. And so the checkup thing, right? So checkup thing. Colonoscopy. All right. So the herbs do what the herbs do. All right. But when it comes to intensive healing or the intensive purging, a colonoscopy, we should all have one by the time we're 45 to 50, we should have at least one done, and then get it done every 5 years. Now, I grew up in the streets. All right. I mean, I sold drugs and been and done all that stuff. You don't talk about playing with my booty. All right? You don't talk about playing with my butt. And the idea of going to a doctor and let a doctor stick his finger in your ass, you don't want that. And so we avoid that. As men, we avoid that kind of stuff. But the truth of the matter is we need to get a colonoscopy done. It's going to check for polyps, and it's going to actually clean that solid waste that has been in our bodies for months, rotting, creating gas and bloat. Because that's what that shit is doing in the body. It's in them. Our intestines look like this, right, in the inside. And so in these little corners, that little pieces of meat is just creating gas. And we getting bloat, and our farts stink, our shit stinks, our piss is yellow.
Speak for yourself, Doc. I ain't had a shitty stool in a long time.
Okay.
Smell stool in a long time.
So your shit smell good now?
Yeah, it don't have no. It's just
see, but that's good though. I mean,
seriously, that's real spill, bro.
Yeah.
I talk about all the time. It's real.
I never know because it's not like I'm gonna say, okay, Dre, let me smell your shit. No,
but I'm not.
I just don't believe.
One thing about me, Cole, I take this shit seriously, and that's one thing I noticed before anybody ever told me that. Like y'all pass gas and it's just air to me. Like it doesn't. Now, that's a fact. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not on bullshit right now. Like that's
okay,
true.
I got you, Dre.
Now I got some vegan friends and some vegetarian friends that when they shit, you don't even know they shitting. And not only that, they don't even shit but for a minute. But we got so much stuff in us.
Can't strain none of
that we gotta sit there for a while and strain it out, push it out, wait for it to come down, and then it's still in there because we got so much of it. It's just we need that colonoscopy, and that colonoscopy is part of the routine.
You shouldn't be shitting out last month's food. Like
yes.
You should be pretty regular, bro.
That's right.
So that's why I think because you got so much shit in you, it's backed up.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So
Yeah.
You know what? This is I realize right now. We got to bring you back. Because
hold on, we're gonna get you on some products and bring you back. See if you've been doing the work.
Okay.
No, I'm getting some product. I'm one thing about it, y'all should know about me. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. So I'm gonna support the homie over here. You know, he say he leaving or something over there, but I'm gonna support him. And
he'll be at the
I'm gonna let y'all know if this shit work.
He'll be at the nearest barbecue spot with a baked potato full of everything on that motherfucker. So stop it. I'm not buying this shit. He just doing this when we got company.
I'm really working on it, Dre. I'm working on it. I'm working on myself, Dre.
He got a refrigerator.
You really inspire me.
He got a refrigerator full of Diet Coke. We start with that. If I come back in a couple of days and Diet Coke gone, then I know he on to something. But
man, that Diet Coke is a damn drug. Man, that shit like cocaine.
I drink sparkling water there, but I drink Topo Chico now to give me that same Dr. Pepper. I legit love Dr. Pepper, but I can't do it. I drink Topo Chico now just to get that fizz.
The who?
See, this
Topo
is
Chico.
why.
Like spring water, tap.
This is why.
And I only drink it now because I heard they have really sparkling springs that you can go like springs come down is really like sparkling water. So,
but this is why
like Topo Chico Springs.
Okay.
Like spring water still.
I got you.
But I do a lot of alkaline water as well.
Good.
Stop, nigga. I'm trying to tell you something.
I'm just, we having a conversation, man.
Hey, listen. This is why I know
we don't want to hear the justification with these Diet Cokes. We don't want to hear this shit.
I'm saying that's not. I'm done. I can't justify it. I'm justifying it, but I'm not.
But
so
you can't justify
this is why I know I couldn't do no drugs. This is why I know I couldn't really be a heavy drinker, because I have an addictive personality. Like I said, women was my drug. At one point, I was probably kicking at 20-25 grand a month on XP pussy outside the house. But anyway, that's another story. but now that wasn't no bad thing, because I was really getting some bread. So you know what I'm saying. If you getting $500-600 a month,
man, don't let that bullshit.
That ain't about nothing. That wasn't harming nothing. It was
go
just
ahead.
About. But anyway, we ain't gonna go there. It's a whole nother
you
chapter.
went there, but go ahead.
That's because, you know what, I ain't gonna do that to you, because you know what? So the point is, I'm addicted to Coke, to Diet Coke. It's an addiction. Like, I mean, I find myself, and I'm a pretty strong-minded dude. I find myself like, damn, I'm like, why I can't stop this? And I'll stop, and then it's back. So, I mean, it's kind of like it's something that's there, that's just got, I'm like, is this in my mind?
It's the toxins in your body craving that sugar.
Yeah,
that's
all it is.
So do a detox, that craving might go away.
The ingredients, the formula that they put is designed to do exactly what you described it. And it's working on you exactly the way that they designed it.
It keeps calling me.
So
calling me, man. Should be calling me, man.
So
trying to catch.
So trash. Should we call our coach? Should this be the Pookie and Dre show? This the Pookie and Dre show.
The Pookie show.
This the Pookie and Dre show.
Yeah, y'all crazy.
You know what, man? Listen, we're gonna have to bring the brother Shabazz back, man. So
no doubt.
We're gonna take a look at some of the products, and I'm gonna try them.
Me too.
Dre is pretty healthy already. I mean, his shit don't even stink. You know that.
I mean, you can get better.
I mean,
though.
you know, I've heard this before, where a guy say, you know, if you eat cleaner, your shit don't stink. Mine is funky. Ooh. I be smelling like I want to be alone. I'm telling you, I know that. When I fart, I smell like I want to be alone. I ain't bullshitting. I know.
You know,
but you know, hey, it is what it is. I mean,
but I think you'll be surprised, man, if you take baby steps. And you know, like I said, I wasn't always this person. So, like I said, I've taken the necessary steps, especially during COVID. I really became conscious of the things the more I put in my body. Like I said, I was really into the herbs because I'm not a medicine guy. I don't even want to take an aspirin if I got a headache. I don't want to do none of that shit. So, you know, for me, I just kind of got into it like, okay, if this gonna help me, then the COVID. I was drinking turmeric and cayenne pepper and all that shit in the tea like damn near every day when I get up in the morning. That was my breakfast before I worked out, in a sense, because you know I know that it kept me going. Like, you know what I'm saying. So for me, it just became a habit. Like, you know what I'm saying. I know you on a diet because I talk my shit, but you know you got a lot of big shit going, bro. And I just want you around to see it. So you know what I'm saying. I hope you take this and take a little heed to it, because like I said, eventually that shit gonna catch up with you.
Some of the stuff, I am a custom herbalist.
Okay.
I don't take something that's already made and relabel it to my own thing. I make stuff from scratch.
Okay.
Right? And so I love this conversation. In your situation, in your situation, you need some MCT oil. Okay, you don't necessarily need it. MCT oil is basically coconut oil, but it's an element in the coconut oil called MCT oil that will reach your liver, clean you out.
Okay.
Clean you out. Just the MCT oil. You drink coffee?
No.
Okay, so you can put the MCT oil in pretty much anything, whether you smoothies or just drinking. It's
not a Diet Coke.
Not Diet Coke. But that MCT oil is going to go to your liver, and your liver is the most important part of whole detoxing, right?
Okay.
So if you stimulate that liver, it's going to get the bile that's in your gallbladder and all that kind of stuff, push all that stuff out, man. Your skin already look good, all right? But you're going to just know the difference just with the MCT oil. So when we go back and look at this podcast, remember the MCT oil. Remember those four. Remember those four.
Give me some tonight. I'm gonna give you the money.
The funny thing is, I didn't bring none of that because I only brought some of the main sellers. But I got you. I promise you, I got you.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll be in here for 2-3 hours, man. So y'all got this part 1 of probably part 10. I can tell we're going to be bringing the brother Shabbazz back, man. Y'all make sure y'all support him. Where can they find you at, man?
ShabazzCosmetics.com or 832-267-4495. Give me a call. Talk to me. I'll make something for you. Send it to you. Free shipping. And if you're in Houston, I'll bring it to you. But it's going to be a $10 charge because gas is high as fuck. And I'll bring it to you for $10 so you can get it the same day or the very next day.
Matter of fact, I'm so impressed with the homie, man. So if you want to just leave some up here, and if y'all want to come by and you want to use this as a location, we on the northeast side. So y'all want to come through, y'all can come drive by 11821 East Freeway, Suite 600. You guys can drive by here if he wants to leave some here, and I'm sure he has his own locations, but. We'll put some. I'll speak with him and we'll work some out on that.
It's a must.
Because I'm all for whatever it takes to help us as a community.
Absolutely.
Live healthier more quality of life. And I got to start by example. And I am going to start today. I pledge to.
You recording, Travis?
Work on.
Zoom in, goddamn. Give him a close up, Travis. Let's hear this. Say it like you mean it.
Because right now I go through about
say it like you mean it
a day, right?
Damn.
Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a fucking problem.
Trump go through 12. Shit, at least I ain't as bad as Trump.
Yeah, but Trump.
But he white, old, and rich, and he orange.
Fucked up.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So shit. I mean, I'm trying to keep my good black skin. But anyway, shout out to Trump for one motherfucker I know that drank more Diet Cokes than me. So I'm gonna start by trying to cut that in half. And I gotta tell you, I can't kick this shit at once.
He said baby steps.
I can't kick it at once.
Go from 8 to 5. Go from 8 to 5.
Man, with all that being said, y'all have found a way to get in touch with the brother Shabbazz at ShabazzCosmetics.com. ShabazzCosmetics.com, and give him your number again.
By, man. Appreciate
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Great
you guys
conversation.
awesome,
Your number
man.
again, man. Thank you so
great
much.
Conversation. Great
Give him your number
This is y'all 832-267-4495. Free shipping.
Smoking on that exam.
Free shipping.
And I'm going to smoke some of this. Y'all know I don't smoke, rarely drink. Bitches have been my problem, but I am a happily married man now, and they are no longer my problem. I have been cured by my wife.
Amen.
With that being said, thank you for joining the Cole and Dre show. I'm Cole.
And this is Dre, and we
and
out.
We are out.
Peace.
Hey. Hey, Cole, boss straight, 2 mother, watch your mouth. No count, all facts like what you talking about. Boy, listen and pay attention to what we talking about. We can show you how to make 100,000 in the drought. These niggas.